California Congressman Eric Swalwell is the latest Democrat to join the 2020 race for president. Swalwell announced his candidacy on Monday night during an interview with Stephen Colbert on The Late Show.
Until we get a leader who is willing to go big on the issues we take on, be bold in the solutions we offer, and do good in the way that we govern. I'm ready to solve these problems. I'm running for president of the United States.
He becomes the 18th Democrat to officially join the race, making it the largest Democratic field in primary history. For more on this, we turn to Bryan Anderson. He is a political reporter for the Sacramento Bee. Bryan, welcome. Please give our viewers who aren't familiar with Swalwell a primer on who he is and what he's done in Congress.
Thanks for having me, Tanya. It's great to be here. So Eric Swalwell is in his 6th year as congressman from California. He is in Dublin, which is in the East Bay. He is a native of Iowa, and so far he's hoping that his Iowa roots will really pay dividends. In California, having an early primary, it helps to have a California native campaigning in California, and he's hoping that'll be an advantage for him throughout this primary.
You tweeted a picture that puts him in the 3rd tier of candidates along Andrew Yang. I mean, how did you come up with that assessment?
Yeah, so we have polling that we get from Quinnipiac University, from the Public Policy Institute of California, and that sort of informs our informal wall of candidates that we have. It's now 18 candidates deep, so more candidates now under the Democratic ticket than 2016 Republican candidates.
And how many times a day do you shift it around?
We try not to follow the horse race as much, but when there's new candidates constantly running, it can be difficult to keep up with. So the wall's been fairly updated fairly often.
All right, well, we'll keep checking in with you on that wall. That looks like fun. Now, Swalwell sits on the House Intelligence Committee and often appears on cable news to discuss the Russia investigation. But he says that his campaign is going to focus on gun control. How does he plan to do that?
Yeah, so he's called for comprehensive gun control and universal background checks among one of his many policy priorities. He's spoken at length about the Parkland shooting. And on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, when he kicked off his campaign and announced his candidacy, he really brought this issue to the forefront and made it central to his campaign by saying that Washington's not able to tackle it and that thoughts and prayers really aren't enough. So as far as policies he's pushing, universal background checks is pretty much the most widely accepted one among the American public that he really plans to pursue aggressively.
All right. Now, one Democratic strategist did tell us yesterday that they suspect Swalwell is running simply to raise his profile. But in such a crowded field, what challenges might he face in doing that?
Well, one challenge is Kamala Harris. She's at the top tier of our wall there, and she's a California native as well, and she's gotten several endorsements, including Governor Gavin Newsom and many top Democrats, both in the state legislature and throughout statewide elected office. So that's a major challenge. As far as Swalwell's motivations for running, it seems that many candidates feel emboldened to run. And if a person like an Andrew Yang can run, or a Tulsi Gabbard can run, or a Marianne Williamson, or so many others can run, why not put your name into the hat? And there aren't that many U.S. Congress members from the House of Representatives running, so perhaps he sees an opportunity there.
Right. All right. Bryan Anderson of the Sacramento Bee, thank you so much for your insight.
Thanks for having me, Tanya.